Hello, my name is Jonathan Tate. This is my Unit 5 assignment, Types of Pollution. In today's presentation, we will be detailing the various aspects of the general types of pollution. Many may not have known, but there are actually quite a few ways in which we pollute our environment. Outside of us, there are a number of natural pollutants that occur in the wild, and we will be discussing each and every one in detail. Air, water, soil, radioactive, and light are all the different forms of pollution, but in what ways do each of these types impact the world? Well, let's find out. Throughout time, human interaction within the environment has grown to be the greatest direct source of air pollution. It has only been within the past 50 or so odd years that we have begun to pass industrial processing laws that push for oversight of these active pollutants. However, despite these implementations, as the population grows, the more production is needed, meaning we are only prolonging the problem. Natural disasters on top of our production give way to ecological issues that have the potential to cause disease within the population. As pollutants are cycled through the atmosphere with water, it has a number of implications on the environment. One aspect is that it changes the pH of the water in the atmosphere, lowering its value, changing it from neutral to acidic, which when it falls back to Earth causes decay of natural environments, as well as changes in air pressure. Storms are environmental anomalies that happen in order to return the environment back towards balance. Due to greater imbalances, we are subjected to greater storms. The last being when pollutants make up their way to Earth's upper atmosphere, where these compounds decay the environment's ozone layer, causing holes that major environmental groups have to address. North America in itself has seen a sudden rise in men and women with cardiovascular disease that do not share a history with it, prompting many to believe an environmental factor is the root cause, with over 60,000 out of 350,000 deaths in recent years suspected to be from environmental changes. Major cities within a high output of carbon dioxide are now contributing to developing lung issues within the population, as well as recent studies believing that there could even be a link to pollution and mental health. All ladies are susceptible to changes in air quality. However, by far the most susceptible are pregnant women and seniors over the age of 60. Babies get their immune support from their mothers, and many elders have compromised immune systems that make each of these groups more likely to experience infection or defects from increasing concentrations of pollutants. While natural disasters again are one of the aspects of pollution that the environment can handle, most natural pollutants are filtered out by the environment, one way or another. Human-based water pollutants are filtered out of the environment at much slower rates and are viable to build up and have the potential to cause disease and/or decay of large-scale ecosystems in high enough concentrations. Many countries besides the United States do not share the same degree of water treatment and filtration as many do. Countries like Lebanon have had their population and environment devastated by high concentration of parasites and heavy metals in their river water, which erode the environment and general ecosystem. Polluted water can have a number of hidden contaminants, pathogenic bacteria that makes it way into your body, as well as parasites which can only be killed by heavy chemical treatments. Not to mention, after exposure, the most prominent symptoms include diarrhea, which only causes those affected with a greater need for water to supplement the lost fluids. For those with regular exposure to these contaminants, it's not serious enough. However, those individuals who suffer from a compromised immune system are likely to face far more severe conditions, while those unexposed have had an adjustment period, which could also result in severe cases. As mentioned briefly before, human agriculture is one of the primary means of water contamination and is also one of the primary means of soil contamination. Concentrated chemicals can denature soil faster than it naturally would, and chemical contaminants can prevent growth of desired plant life, which is the base of the food chain for many ecosystems. Ash from forest fires and volcanoes also make up environments temporarily barren, but those natural chemicals stir up the earth's beneath the soil, making it rich in nutrients after the passage of time. Though compromised rainwater can also prevent happy growth, as its acidic nature could compromise plant cells. Soil pollution has produced various limitations on the reusability of soil, as pollutants make for unfavorable conditions for plant growth. In recent years, a test has been developed known as the Environmental Impact Assessment, which details the ongoing impact of anthropogenic activities in a given environment and allow for greater planning and preventative measures to be taken to limit environmental devastation. Soil has negative health benefits, but not in the way many think. The food that is produced from it has a small degree of the contaminants within it that require greater chemical treatment to prevent these from growing within. Either of these can get susceptible people sick when in high enough concentrations. While soil exposed to these contaminants mostly impact animal and insect life, these do have the potential to impact humans under certain circumstances. As we test the waters deeper into nuclear energy, radioactive pollution has become a more prominent pollutant in addition to being one of the most dangerous and long-lasting. Radiation, as we have learned from past disasters, can linger in clothing, in soil, in water, and in plant life, which has the capability of damaging DNA as change particles shoot through natural bodies, causing cellular damage. Radiation sickness affects those on a cellular level, degrading and stopping cellular function, which over time results in death. Radiation exposure can also cause genetic defects, and those affected are capable of developing cancers after time. Humans and animals are most susceptible, and radiation is stated to have the biggest impact on vertebrates, as radiation stops biological processes which lead to cell death and intensely shortens lifespans. Anyone that has been to a rainforest knows that it is very noisy. Light and noise pollution has the potential to disrupt the conditions in which the environment works off specific noises and lights, oftentimes the sun and moon. In regard to the impact on the environment due to its lack of necessity, light, noise, and aesthetic pollution has the capability of impacting circadian rhythms, waste of general energy, and ecosystem disturbances. While it does not directly impact health, it can impact healthy habits. Animals are the most susceptible, as they have evolved to depend on natural noises and light for their life cycles. Animals like bats have a predatory sensitivity to light, as well as their dependency on the sounds made by their prey. In conclusion, we have made great strides in our understanding of pollution and our means to mitigate and treat it. This way we can extend our time on Earth and give back to that which gave so much for us.